Tonight, a 19-year-old finds the healing power of spoken word and teaches others to express themselves.
Also, we take an in-depth look at last week's guest, Herman Wong.
All this and more on The Journal. Welcome to The Journal, the program where we showcase real people and their stories. My name is Andrew Alves.
And I'm Eric Shum.
If you tuned in last week, musical artist Herman Wong, who graced us with two great covers, Counting Stars and High and Dry.
This week, we take a peek in the personal and professional life of Herman Wong.
Take a look.
I think he's definitely got the passion for music.
He's like singing every day, like every minute, like even during the exam time.
He just had a fight with his girlfriend. His laptop got stolen, or he had tests in the next day. I can still hear him singing.
My name is Herman, and I'm studying at University of Toronto. I'm studying finance, Rotman Commerce. I love singing, and I'm also learning how to write songs. It's an online course, and it's Berkeley Music, and I'm learning writing and production.
So I think it's definitely hard to balance. Because for music, you need to spend time on it. Especially when he's trying to write the songs and stuff. He's usually just spend days and days on it. But being while the schoolwork, you can't really slack off.
I have 2 midterms, but what's in my mind is just I want to sing, but I don't have time for that. It has assignment every week to do, so it's really hard. But maybe I'm sad doing finance because that's not what I really like. I was so struggled that one night I can't fall asleep. I always can't fall asleep. And then I think to myself that even if I graduate with finance, am I that kind of person that can work at a bank forever, even though maybe I'll earn a lot of money? And I don't think so. It's a singing competition organized by Hong Kong Student Association. So apparently most of the finalists are from Hong Kong. I think that's a really good thing because, Cantonese is kind of fading away because the Mandarin is getting bigger and bigger. But I really love Cantonese, and this kind of competition in places other than Hong Kong can really keep the trend of singing Canto pop going on. And I joined it last year, but I lost. So yeah, I wish I can get something more than that this year. It's not a loss to me, by the way.
Okay, third place.
Yeah, third place. But I don't know, right after that, many of my friends and very shockingly many strangers came up to me and said that, oh my god, I thought you'd be the first place. I think that's more important because if I got the first place, but people think that I'm worth it, that means nothing to me. But I don't know. I got what I wanted. Like I wanted like to get into the first 3 places, and I got it. And I got the audience supporting me. I think that's all I want, and that's really good for me.
Better luck next time, Herman. We do hope you make it to the top.
Next up, we venture into the mind of another artist.
Vlad Romanets takes us into the mind of Andrew's sister.
I really hope he doesn't.
She will show us the ins and outs
Dude,
of being a musician.
play the clip.
Hi, my name is Mandy. I'm 27 years old. Music has always been my passion. I love to sing. Singing has helped me throughout the years to express how I'm feeling, to help me during darker times in my life, and it's really helped to lift me up and to express my faith and to develop as a person. My mom was always a really big inspiration for me, and she was always a really great support. We always sang together at church, and basically she has this very, very strong and powerful voice. So I really learned how to project and how to just sing powerfully by singing with her. Shakes all over like a jellyfish, I kinda like it. Raise little thing called love. And my dad was always my #1 fan. He always believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself, and always took me to all of my lessons and just supported me through everything that I did. I don't care too much for money, 'cause money can't buy you love.
We understood that Mandy had a talent right from the beginning with respect to music and her love for music and singing and playing instruments. Her main instrument being the piano. Right when she was little, she did a Christmas play at church, and she was an angel, and she just loved the singing. We saw that, and of course we wanted to support her, and we thought it would be a good idea after speaking with her, putting her in piano classes, which we did. She joined a group called the Music for Young Children, and that's where it all began. And do you still love me, no matter where I've been? You call me as your own, you jump down from your throne. As soon as I come home, come back to you. So I've been trying to pursue music as a career for quite some time. When I was 19, I released a CD with 4 original songs with the band that I was then playing with called Dialect. I also started to realize that I was dealing with anxiety and depression. And through that time, which was really difficult, whenever I was writing music or playing the piano or singing, I found that it really lifted my spirits and helped heal me in a certain way.
When she had the anxiety and the depression, it was a very difficult time for her and for us, but we recognized that it was a serious health issue. We took all the appropriate, measures and not just, pretend like there wasn't a problem. Anyway, let it go, don't hold back anymore. Let it go. Anxiety is a huge problem. We supported her and we encouraged her. She ended up seeing the doctor and getting the proper medication. But one of the important things is her music that she loves. It's something that she could sort of dig deep down in her soul and just bring all that anxiety and everything and just pour it out into her music. As you know, she composes and she writes, and as a result of that, she did come up with some just incredibly beautiful songs. The advice that I would give to other singers with anxiety
is really to just keep pressing on, to not give up. If you realize that singing is your passion and it's something that you love, then you also need to realize that nothing should stand in your path or in the way of you pursuing your dreams and your goals. And I would also say practically, if you do have anxiety, the more often you sing in front of people, the better it gets.
Don't say that, Eric. You sing very beautifully in the shower.
Oh, you're right. Wait, how did you...
Up next, we look into the vicious world of MMA.
How do you get in my bathroom?
Through the window.
But I live on the 8th floor.
I'm just that skilled. Stay tuned. Still got plenty of stories here in the journal. And please get ready for Callan Furlong with his musical performance up next.
Meu nome é Maurício Amado, eu treino faz 21 anos já, sou formado pela Chutebox, faixa preta, tenho 13 lutas de Vale Tudo e 8 de Muay Thai.
And I heard that Mauricio was here and kind of like, oh my God, I have to train with this guy.
Training is very precise, it's unique, it's not like any other. I fell in love with it, his style, it's really aggressive. He always putting pressure on the wrestling, on the takedowns, always with the jiu-jitsu.
You can hold back, it gives you control, and it opens up your mind and your spirit into what your body can actually do.
We train extensively. We do at least an hour of technique, and then we do sparring. But like the technique you just learn so much from your partners and from the coaches. He'll see what you're good at, and then he'll build around what you're good at and just add elements. We know what we're getting into, right? We're trained for it, we're conditioned for it. Boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all mixed into one. But the way that if you watch these guys' videos training, like coming out like Wanderlei Silva, Shogun, realism, it's everything is a real situation. So the best part about having a guy like Mauricio teaching this is that you're getting it from the right source.
I just moved here a couple months ago, so.
You're from where?
New Brunswick, Fredericton.
MMA in Canada is huge, and I believe Mauricio will take us to the top.
You're not gonna get just thrown into the wolves. There's no egos at this school. That you come in, everybody treats you like you're a friend, like you're a family.
Our guest tonight, Callan Furlong, a local Toronto singer and songwriter. He will be playing for us today an original song called Don't Get Cute.
And here he is. Take it away, Mr. Furlong.
Well, I've been around town and I've been around the block. Know a thing or two about sweet love, a couple more about sweet talking, and you think I'd know better by now. But blue eyes can hide an awful lot of stains, and ruby red lips don't even need to explain it when you do so much more than one heart can allow. Well, little girls like you, they've always got something to prove. I don't mind if that's the way it's got to be. Yeah, but baby, don't get cute with me. You can lie through your teeth with a smile on your face, kisses on the cheek and a warm embrace, and then you're gone. I don't know what it is you want from me, but I'm sick of your late night calls and your tear-stained prayers. Sick of you running your fingers through my best friend's hair. I don't know, just leave me be. Well, little girls like you, they've always got something to prove. I don't mind if this is how it's got to be. And yeah, but baby, don't get cute with me. Well, I know in this game you've got to play the hand you're dealt. So I think you'll look just fine as another notch on my belt. You've got no faith, you've got no fight in you. Too pretty to be good and too good to be true. Don't act surprised, 'cause life ain't never been hard before. Well, you want things to be easy, to feel better about yourself, but you got plenty other men, so go bother someone else. 'Cause I don't need you, I don't even want you, not anymore. Well, little girls like you, they've always got something to prove. Well, I don't mind if that's the way it's got to be. You can give me that cold stare, run around, see what I care. But baby, don't you dare get cute with me.
Thanks to Kellen Furlong.
From a guitar-playing whiz, we move on to the power of poetry.
Angelo takes us on one man's journey of self-healing through the power of spoken word.
It's time to get poetic once again on the journal.
I think the biggest thing that people are afraid of is being judged, is being embarrassed, right? Even more than public speaking or spiders or clowns or anything like that. And what spoken word poetry is taking that and flipping it on its head and just going, I'm gonna come out here and I'm not gonna be afraid that you're judging me, because I wanna just reach the mass. And even in that, like on a personal level, it's like, if I can just go out and at the end of the day have one person come up to me that I've never talked to before and say, hey man, like what you said about this was great. And it's not even that it's a confidence boost for me. It's just that I could reach out to someone like that and actually have someone that I've never connected with and never talked to and just touch the heart of someone that I don't even know. That makes it all worthwhile.
Say that I've mastered these arts and tools of ripping all apart. I'm wondering if I can rip it like a pop and I'll freestyle.
Poetry, probably my best form of therapy, because there's the personal aspect of me just with a piece of paper, me knowing that the paper won't judge me, me knowing that I can do whatever I want, I could be anyone I want, I could say anything I want. And on the personal level, it's just absolutely beautiful because I can just create anything I feel like. And that is therapy for me. That gets me away from all the darkness I see in the world. That gets me away from all the bad things I see that I don't want to be a part of, and just being able to create light, just being able to shine something onto the paper and let my soul just speak.
Like nigga free, cause I ain't got no gut.
I work with an organization called Stay Golden, which is a grassroots initiative that helps people like myself, people that felt unheard, people that were battling with mental illness, depression, anxiety, insecurities, anything like that, come out and say what they feel they don't know how, what they feel they are struggling with.
It was really good sort of seeing the theme of his poetry change from the difficulties of life and being caught up in despair to change to being filled with hope and seeking purpose. And even if all of that purpose hasn't yet been fully realized, the theme tends to be more towards seeking that purpose and trying to find out what it is rather than being hopeless.
Honestly, not really thinking about it, like expressing his opinions more in the sense of like, before that's what we used to do is we used to express to each one another a lot of like how we felt about certain things. But as soon as he got into spoken word, he he started analyzing things that we just never had like analyzed before, more so in depth of instead of like how do I feel about this, it was more so how do others feel about this and are others going through it.
He now works with other spoken word artists and works with our team to look at ways that we can better help our community and better look at how we can make positive change in our city and in our families and in our schools and things like that. And so, yeah, Jesse now directly affects the direction that we go with Stay Golden. And so I would say he's given back that way for sure.
What's up next, Andrew?
Funny you should ask, Eric. Next up, we're actually be talking about a micro preemie baby that was born. When it was born, it weighed less than 1 pound and 3 ounces.
Now you have my attention. Let's have a look.
Which part?
My name is Natasha and I'm Emma's mother, who is a micro preemie. She was born August 9th, 2013. And she was 1 pound, 14 ounces. I didn't know what was going to happen. And we just had to go through the NICU and live day by day to see what would happen with Emma. Everything went smoothly. Emma was in the incubator. And she was healthy. She just needed to be monitored on her breathing. She had to be in the NICU for 3 months because she wasn't gaining weight. She finally started to gain weight and then she got to come home. And she was healthy after that. She just needed to learn how to feed. Between a regular baby and a preemie baby is that preemies, they're just much harder to take care of. You can't bring them out in the cold and you have to watch how you feed them. You can't feed them too much.
My name is Dr. Megan Lloyd. I am an assistant professor at the University of Ontario Institute of Technology in the Faculty of Health Sciences, and I'm also a research associate at Grandview Children's Centre in Oshawa. Micropreemies are generally considered to be newborns that are born less than 800 grams in weight and or less than 26 weeks gestation. There's a lot of reasons why a woman might go into early labor. There could be a trauma, there could be an infection, there could be different stress levels, hormone levels, things like that. Sometimes we know why they went into early labor and sometimes we don't. Oftentimes we don't actually know the exact reason. Everything can be going perfectly well in the pregnancy, everything's great, and then one day they go into labor at 23, 24 weeks. So micropreemies are at risk for some long-term conditions. Right away we worry about their lung development and getting oxygen to the brain and to the other organs in the body. So related to that is if there is an incident where there's lack of oxygen to the brain, we may encounter some disabilities like cerebral palsy is a possibility. We also worry about infection, early infection. We also would worry about their eyesight. Sometimes the blood vessels in the eyes aren't as well developed in micropreemies when they come out and enter the world. So there could be some risk there. But it's also important to know that there are some micropreemies that will have no long-term effects. And it's not easy to know right away who's going to have long-term effects or not. The biggest differences in micropreemies is survival rate. So the earlier you're born, the lower the odds of your survival. If you're born at 22 weeks, you have approximately a 10% survival rate. But if you're born at 27 weeks, a 95% survival rate. There's also a lower risk of developmental challenges the longer in gestation the baby's in the mother's womb. Medical technology and medical advancements have really made us better able to treat, and these babies are surviving a lot more than they used to. And so some of them have disabilities and some of them do not. It just depends on the individual baby. What I think is really interesting about babies who are born at risk for a developmental delay, such as micropreemies, is how resilient babies can be, and how with all these challenges and all these problems or all these risk factors, such as not breathing properly at birth, having to be ventilated, not sucking, maybe at risk for an infection, all these issues that can come up with babies that are micropreemies, how resilient, how they can really fight through it, and how they can surprise you with what they're able to do. And even with all these disadvantages, they turn into these beautiful, healthy 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, etc. So what I find really interesting is studying their motor development and how we can promote their motor development even if there are risk factors, and how can we promote their function over the course of their life. I am a researcher, I have a PhD, and so I really like to understand how we can best help the kids and come up with new therapies, come up with new treatments, come up with the best way that we think to promote their life.
Get ready, Eric.
Yep. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Please make sure to tune in next week where we'll look at more people and their stories.
And to play us out, we have Callan Furlong performing Crooked Smile. Good night, everybody.
That crooked smile of yours on your lips so fair. When you first looked my way, just like you were laying a snare. But the more I give chase, the more you run away and leave me to want for more. And though I know what's behind that crooked smile of yours, you rolled your big blue eyes when you first heard my name. Yeah, I've got a past and you knew better than to play my game. But as long as you're here, I might as well make it clear that I won't be ignored. And not while I know what's behind that crooked smile of yours. Turned your face away when you first heard my name. But as hard as you fight it, you light up just the same. Darling, don't be afraid, but your looks have betrayed what you could hide before. Yeah, I know what's behind that crooked smile of yours. Yeah, I know what's behind that crooked smile of yours. Yeah, I know what's behind that crooked little smile of yours.